Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel, Muddy Creek Outdoors. Been a little bit more active lately, so I have been having time to do some more stuff and have been getting a lot of cool stuff in the mail that I have ordered because there isn't really a store that sells this brand here in the United States as far as I know. Some specific small town trout fishing or fly fishing shops might order this stuff and then mark it up a little bit to sell in their own shops because it is really great quality. So I do have a maxcatch Extreme with the maxcatch Eco 3 to 4 weight reel on it, and this one obviously, if you can see, I don't know how well you are able to see, obviously. It is a 1 to 3 weight, and it is super small. Like, I have big hands, but this is still like a really little reel. But like, the ergonomics of this thing are just incredible. I've took a really good look over. The tolerances seem to be super slick, super smooth. Everything on it like works very well. The really good clicks in the drag. The drag is like really good. Like, so if there's a fish on that, like, this drag would definitely, it even goes tighter than that. Like, I can get this drag pretty stinking tight where, some fish might be able to pull a little bit out of it, but with the pole, a nice fly rod bending with the line and stuff like that, the drag, it's going to take a lot for a fish to pull this type of stiff drag. I do notice, like, whenever I'm doing it, like, making it go back, it kind of is jerky, but whenever I put the even amount of weight on both sides of the reel, it just comes back pretty smooth. It still kind of vibrates a little bitty jerks, but like I said, you're never gonna have to turn this thing up that much. So, like, realistically, let's see, about right there is where I'd have it, and it still takes a little bit to pull it, but like I said, with the bending of the rod handling a lot of the pull, and also some of the elasticity of the your tippet or leader handling a bunch of that, I think that this reel is just, the quality is like really honestly exquisite. This is the maxcatch Avid. It's actually maximum catch. They kind of shorten it to maxcatch, like on their website and stuff like that. I did order this on eBay. This came from an American seller from the same company though, just based in America. So I got this really cheap, really nice, really good price. To get the center port out, I think you just unscrew this a little bit. This might come all the way off. Let's see. To get the spool out, let's see how. There we go. It just comes right off. So once it unscrews past that small little top part, it just comes right off. I'm not sure if this is what this type of enclosure is considered, if it's sealed or not. It definitely seems to be very good quality. This is machined aluminum, unlike the maxcatch Eco. It is really nice. I'm very happy with this. I've had a few other fly poles in my life. None of them were of any type of amazing quality or anything like that. So going from what I had before to this is super amazing. I haven't had a chance to hold like an Orvis reel or a Sage or a TFO, or actually I have played around with a TFO a little bit. This is just even better than that. I would consider just super smooth, super well made, super precise. Everything on it is super nice. Like, it really is a nice reel. It's just really small. I do have a maxcatch 6-foot ultralight fly rod coming in right now that this is going on. It's a 2 weight. So I'm going to be spooling this up here pretty soon with some backing and some fly line. Since it's so small, I might not have to use backing. I think there's a way around that. If it's a loop, I think I might just use at least probably 10 feet of backing. That way it's secured down very well, and that way it's just not the my floating fly line with a loop around the whole spool pulled tight. Because once I get to the end of that, I might not be able to reel it. It might just slip around my reel. So I think I'm going to use at least a little bit of backing. But since there isn't much room on this one for a whole bunch of line, because it's an ultralight reel, I think that I'm not going to put a whole bunch, but like I said, this reel is made super, super nice. It really is. Like, there is nice, good knurling on all the little parts that turn, including the drag. Everything is just made super, super well. Um, this is even greased. I can tell by how it's like turning in there. I think I even see a little grease in there. Like, everything is just made very well. So if y'all are looking to get these go all the way up to, I think, 9 weight, I think, if I'm not mistaken. At least 6, I would say. Um, this is a really good reel. So if you're wanting something just as a backup reel or whatever, and go ahead and get your hands on one of these maxcatch avids. You might even decide that, hey man, this is better than the reel I already had. Was wanting to get an Orvis Encounter starter package, but I realized that the reel was like just polymer or something like that, and I wasn't wanting that, so I went ahead and ordered the maxcatch Extreme. I think it's an 8'4" rod, 3 weight. I ordered a 3 weight because I'm wanting to do mostly trout fishing. As you can tell, like, I have a fly right here. I just started on in my tying deal. I've tied a bunch recently with some different stuff that I have. I love the Flashaboo tail and stuff like that. So I've been tying a lot of these things. All different types of flies I've been tying. I just tied a kind of mosquito the other day also, and I have a whole bunch of flies in here that I've been tying. Obviously, some of those I bought, but it really isn't as hard as I thought it would be. It's actually pretty easy and pretty just relaxing, and just one of those down to earth things to do. So if you do like fly fishing, ordering yourself a fly vise like this one here. See if I can tilt y'all down to see it. There we go. You could order yourself one like that off of eBay, and they're not very expensive. I think I paid $33 for this one, but if you go to Bass Pro Shops, you can get the whole get up. Excuse me. This thing came with like clamps, scissors, bobbins, all kind of other tools that I don't know how to use, but you don't need to know how to use all that to tie a fly. Not even the whip finisher, like that thing. I have no idea how to use it. I've seen people use it on videos, but I haven't paid much attention to it. The way that I finish them is just a couple of half hitches and a little dot of zap. I don't want. Oh, this is the zap stuff right here. It is actually made for the fly fishing. Can you see that? There we go. So if you get a chance to order you some of this stuff is great. We'll probably eventually order some more, but it barely takes any tiny little smidgen at all to get your fly secure up there in the front. That way it doesn't come undone. I've ordered some hackle, so I have a lot of this really nice, the white stuff. I have a whole bunch of that. This one, I've tied a few flies with it already and cut some off of it. There is this kind of striped stuff. There's orange and like other pigments of hackle that I have, and just experimenting with all that just makes you it's not that hard or difficult to become kind of versed in the fly fishing. Like, I've kind of threw myself into it because of Traveling Trout Co. or Traveling Trout Company. You can follow that guy on here. He does not know who I am. I've never talked to him. I've never met him. I don't know what he even looks like in person because he never shows his face, but he has gotten me into doing this. So if he, for whatever reason, watches this video, which he probably won't because his fly rod is an Orvis as far as I know, and he wouldn't stoop as low probably to use something like this, but you never know. Maybe he might. Maybe he's really into that type of stuff. So anyways, dude, if you watch this, thank you so much. Comment or whatever, man, I'd love to hear from you. Anyways, for all the rest of you, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this review on this reel has been at least somewhat informative and kind of shows you a bit about what it's about. It is like super nice. Like, the quality is like literally amazing. Everything about this reel is just sturdy. It's just, there's no slop in it. There's no wiggle in it. Nowhere. No matter where I grab it, nothing wiggles. There's no wiggle at all. And it is just smooth as butter. Like, obviously the reeling way, it does not click. But whenever the pulling out drag, there's very, very subtle clicks going on. But it's, for the most part, a super, super quiet reel. My maxcatch Eco, which is actually on a pole right now. I thought about grabbing it to show y'all, but I wanted to make it all about this one. It does click a little bit louder, which I don't mind at all whenever the drag's being pulled out. I think it's kind of like classic of a fly rod to make that noise, but whenever you're reeling in, it doesn't click. I have a Martin fly rod that I bought as a beginner rod that I actually fished with for a little bit in one of my fishing videos. Actually, my only fishing video that's actually fishing is down there. If y'all subscribe, y'all can find it down there in my videos. It's like a green rod with a black reel, super cheap. I think I paid $29.99 for it. And I did catch a fish. It's super fun. There's nothing wrong with it, but it clicks both ways, whether you're reeling or whether you're have drag being pulled out, it doesn't have a drag on it really. It's kind of like a set drag. So if drag does get pulled out, you know, it's got to be a big fish because it's whatever. But I mean, you've got to start somewhere with some type of rod, and I figured I would get that because it was super cheap, and didn't realize I was going to get into it as much as I am. Once I started tying the flies, I really wanted to get a better setup, so I'm going to continue to keep that Martin that I got at a local farm and home for $29, basically, actually $30 or $32-ish after tax. I don't regret it. I'm going to keep it as a backup. So now I have that I'm going to be using consistently and constantly is my maxcatch extreme 3-weight rod and my maxcatch ultralight 6-foot rod that is a 2-weight with this. Like I said, I'm keeping my weights kind of low because I want to be able to have the fun and the feeling of catching a trout and feeling them fight and all that stuff. And plus, you know, I'm going to be going in some small streams and tributaries going after some, you know, native wild trout, whether that be in the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee or somewhere in Pennsylvania. I want to go there, not because the Traveling Trout Co. guy lives there and he fishes there, but because I've seen a lot of those places there and they're just straight up beautiful. I actually wrote some of them down. As far as the Pennsylvania place that I wanted to go fishing, it is called Cedar Run and Slate Run. I'm not sure which one of those feeds into which one. I'm not sure. But I'm going to have to look back into that again and go back and look at some of the videos so I can be more specific and write that stuff down. That way I can put that on my bucket list of places to go fish. So anyways, y'all, if you are into fly fishing and you want to, you know, something quality and don't want to spend a whole bunch, I think I actually spent $35 on this. And it is literally the quality of something that you would see in a really nice, much nicer one. Even the finish on it, it's just like, I'm not sure if it's powder coat, but it's just like, I don't know, it's just good. It's not like painted on there. It's just like, it's almost like iodized. I'm not exactly sure what they do, or if it's powder coat or what it is, but it's super smooth. Like all of it's just super nice. So it really is just a really nice get up. So check them out. My suggestion is you can find them on Amazon, and you can also find them on eBay if you want it. If you want your package to get there faster to your house, I would suggest you use Amazon, because everything that you get on eBay, for the most part, comes directly from China, except for this. I mean, I did get this from their American side. So, anyways, just look around and you'll see what they got going on. I am planning on getting probably, I would say at some point, getting an Orvis rod or something else besides, you know, the cheaper stuff. Even though it's not built cheap, you know, I've like, Orvis is just, as far as I know, like the epitome of like fly fishing and what people are going to be using. So I do want to at least give one a try, take it out for a spin, try to catch some fish with it, and see how it does compare to one of these. Just mostly for the sake of doing it and to be able to show y'all and give y'all my opinion on whether or not an Orvis rod or a Sage rod or whatever is actually like better. Is it? I don't know, but I will let you know as soon as I do, and I will have it right here on the channel for y'all to check out. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this, by the way. You know, this isn't my cup of tea really. It didn't used to be anyways until I started watching this guy on YouTube. So like what you said, is a Traveling Trout Co. I don't know why I had thought to get into fly fishing again recently, but I did, and I'm as far in as I am now because of him. So, like I said, I do not know him at all, but he seems to be pretty cool. And the places that you go trout fishing are just always so much prettier than anywhere else you can go fishing for anything else. And I'm into that small stream serenity. So, anyways, I hope that y'all enjoyed this. As always, like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. And God bless you.